Okay, so my last fight, I was coming off a loss, my first loss in MMA, and I had not a lot of pressure, but I put pressure on myself because I did not want to lose. I hate losing. Not even the first time I wanted to lose, but this time I couldn't lose. I don't want to be that guy in a two fight losing streak.
Right.
So I fought with like something to prove. I had to prove that.
You had a chip on your shoulder.
Exactly. I had to prove that I'm way better than what happened last fight. I've gotten way better. I learned from my mistakes and that I was gonna fuck this guy up literally.
Amen.
That was my goal, and that happened. That's what happened. I put him to sleep, and I won.
A dormir. You can actually see some of that beautiful footage on the screen. You know, that man right here is the man put him to sleep. You know, right there.
Conjuring spirits. I'd hate to see him in bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. How you doing? I am also very ecstatic to be here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. You know, if you don't know when it is that we bring you this here magic every Thursday at midnight, you know, in beautiful midnight in Miami studios. Ladies and gentlemen, how's life? How's it treating you? You know, because that's something that you gotta kind of ask yourself nowadays, you know, because life, it can whoop your ass sometimes. It can whoop your motherfucking ass. But sometimes you gotta fight back, ladies and gentlemen. And if you were not inspired by the show of heart that many of us witnessed at UFC 257 last night, then ladies and gentlemen, maybe you don't have a heart. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes, you know what I'm talking about? Before I introduce the illustrious guest that is before us today, you know, and there's a lack of Hawaiian shirts to my right-hand side, but the man will be back next week. The man's, you know, the man's taking care of a nation right now. You know, we got a new president. You know, this man right here, he's taking care of the world, you know, so you see him everywhere and you'll see him next week. But behind the scenes, there's a man right there that you see. He's holding his beard. He's holding his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He sees no evil, speaks no evil. And what's the last one? Hears no evil. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say you have a date night. You know what I'm saying? Like Rick should be having date nights every damn night. You know what I'm saying? This man's a man right here of chivalry, you know, right here. But we'll get back to him. You know, let's say you got a date night and you got to get right for date night. You know what I'm talking about? You got to look fresh. You need a fresh cut for that date night. There's only one man with a plan, ladies and gentlemen, and that's Diego Miami Barber in
What's
his
up,
house.
people?
What's going on? Diego, how you living?
Cutting hair, baby.
There you go. Making dreams happen, huh? Man, you're making date nights better for people all across the world, aren't you?
Facts.
That's facts. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking about making the world a better place, the man that I'm about to introduce, you know what I'm talking about, to my left hand side is a man, you know what I'm talking about, that he's an MMA man. This man right here, he'll beat your ass up. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just facts. I've seen this man for a long time now. You know, I've seen this man work on his craft. I've seen this man go in and day out to the gym. This man doesn't take no for an answer. This man's picked my ass up, put my ass on the mat. You know, and I'm a big boy. That's saying a lot. You know what I'm talking about? This man is talented. And this man right here is one of the supreme up-and-coming fighters in the South Florida fighting scene. You know what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor, my privilege to introduce first-time guest in the beautiful Midnight in Miami studios. Ladies and gentlemen, we have fighter Richard Mayol. What's going on?
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming through. Richard, how are you? How's everything? Tell me how you lived UFC 257 last night.
Thank you, brother. I'm good. Last night, I just tuned up for the co-main event and the main event, and I wasn't disappointed at all. I thought I was going for Chandler for the win, but I didn't expect it to be such a crazy knockout. Like, nobody expected that. I thought he was a grapple hooker or I don't know, something like that. Just win by decision. But it was crazy finish, and then the main event, nobody expected that. Well,
Bro,
maybe they were going for Dustin, but
Bro, so co-main event, Michael Chandler made Dan Hooker look like it was his first time in the octagon, made it look like it was no big deal. When Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker went 5 rounds, it was damn near fight of the year, you know?
Yes,
That was insane. And it was crazy how he kind of finished him. It was kind of like the 101 of boxing. Go to the body and then go upstairs, you know? Talk to me about the main event. Everybody, I mean, for the most part, that as far as I knew, Diego being one of them, they had Conor. They had Conor by a landslide, you know. Who did you have, and tell me your experience watching the fight.
I'm not gonna lie, I had Conor too. I thought he was gonna outbox him. I thought he was gonna play smart and just be quicker, faster, more powerful, and get it done early. But guess what? Didn't happen. Dustin's way better than basically 7 years ago. And he picked him apart, basically. I think his game plan was perfect. He tired him out in the first round, took him down, got him tired because Conor so explosive in the first round. Most of his knockouts are there. And clinch work against the cage. Got his arms pumping, you get me? And in the second round, the low kicks got him. That was it. Conor didn't have his karate move where he usually has. It's always moving. Conor wasn't moving like he usually moves. And the calf kicks made him basically be out of there real quick. He couldn't move. Once he was against the cage and Dustin was throwing hands, he couldn't move. His calf wasn't there. He didn't have no leg.
Talk to me about, I guess, do you have a background in how confident are you in your leg kicks? Have you gotten to the point in sparring or a fight that the leg kicks that you've received made you unmovable?
Not in a fight, but yes, against the man. You guys know who I'm talking about, Danny Chavez.
Danny Chavez, ladies and gentlemen. You know that the man is actually joining us in, I believe, 2 weeks on our set as well and prepping for his next UFC fight. So look out for that. Big shouts, Danny Chavez. You'll see him soon.
Yeah, so in my gym, basically everybody's really good with the low kicks, but Danny, I think, is one of the best in the world, literally. Like, he's so fast, so quick, and he just hits the same spot every time. After 3 kicks, doesn't matter if you have protection, you're gonna go down, no matter who you are.
Damn.
You fall. Your legs go numb. That's it.
They just give out.
They just give out. It doesn't matter. It's not mental. It's just your body. That's it. And that's what happened in his fight in the UFC. His debut in the UFC, right?
Right.
And yeah, I usually throw a lot of low kicks, and I'm getting better at them. I feel pretty confident with them. But I have a lot to work on. I want to have them quick, sharp, just like Danny's.
Damn. Talk to me about your style fighting. You know, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't know that you are an extremely talented wrestler. Honestly, one of, if not the best I've seen personally and gotten the honor to train with sometimes. Where did your background in wrestling come from? How do you apply that to MMA?
Thank you, brother. And yeah, I started wrestling in high school, but I tried it out first in Spain. I used to live in Spain when I was...
Where are you from? Give the listeners a little bit of your background, please.
Okay, so I'm Cuban. All my family is Cuban. I'm 100% Cuban.
I would have never guessed.
I moved to Spain when I was around 7. Then I lived there 5 years. And my last year, I met someone. I met an Olympic wrestler from Spain. And he came to my school and he wanted to teach us some wrestling. So I tried it out for, let's say, 2-3 weeks. I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. And eventually had to move here. So when I moved here, it took a while. I was trying to find wrestling. I was trying to do something competitive. I've always been a really competitive guy, no matter what I do. And eventually, after a year, I kept asking my parents to let me join wrestling. And they let me. So I joined wrestling and I wrestled for 3 years, basically. Sophomore, junior, and senior year. And yeah, I've been here 7 years.
Damn, and Diego went All-American, in case you didn't know. That boy is D1 right there.
Yes,
you know, he's not fucking around, man.
The only thing I wrestle is a bag of weed.
And that's beautiful. Amen right there. Praise God. You know, what would you notice are some of the main differences from the fighting scene or wrestling scene in Europe / Spain and here?
wrestling. Let's say the international wrestling is freestyle and Greco, which means freestyle is full body, but they have their own set of rules, and Greco is from your hips up. You cannot do it trips with your legs. You cannot shoot for the legs. Those are the two international styles. Here, the difference, they have those two, but also what they do in high school and college and middle school, they have folk style, which is like freestyle, but they have their own set of rules. You cannot lock hands on the ground. And it's different, but I think it applies a little better for MMA. I'm not gonna lie, because in MMA you have a lot of grappling, you have the jiu-jitsu, so you gotta learn how to control people's body on the ground, which in my opinion applies better in folk style, which is the one we do here in the United States. That's why so many All-Americans from D1 schools, Kobe, and a lot of wrestlers in the UFC, they're so good, they're so successful because it translates.
And shout out Kobe, he's repping MMA Masters right now,
Yes,
big shout to he has we don't know if there's a fight coming up. Hopefully there's a fight in the works,
Hopefully.
What would you say, I guess, you were telling me how your mom is, you had to kind of like beg her or your parents to, that you had to wrestle. Imagínate now that you're doing MMA, you're fighting. How was that conversation? How'd that come to be?
Well, what happened after wrestling, my goal was to be a state champ. It didn't happen. I lost. I got 6th in the state. Actually, my match against the runner-up I was beating him completely. Then I started stalling, and he ended up beating me in overtime. I was heartbroken. Whatever happened, I placed 6th, and I was low-key depressed for a couple months after wrestling finished. I was thinking of doing it in college, but at the same time, I had a feeling it wasn't for me. For some reason, it wasn't for me. I was thinking if I go to college, maybe let's say they pay for my studies, but I don't have money to pay for a lot of things. My living, might be there by myself. So I'm 100% sure something better is gonna come up here. So what I did, I just started lifting weights for like a year. And then eventually I had seen MMA Masters going through the street. And I was like, one day I'm gonna do it. But I wasn't sure. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if to train MMA or not.
You had just done wrestling before that?
Yes, sir. Oh, actually, just wrestling. But I tried. My mom's ex-boyfriend, he put me into jiu-jitsu and boxing for a couple of weeks.
Shout out mom's ex-boyfriend.
Thank you, Armando. Yeah. I tried it out, and they were like, "Oh, you trying to do MMA or something?" I was like, "No, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to see how it works. I'll never do MMA. I'm not trying to get hit in the face, break my nose, something like that. It sucks getting punched in the face. That's what I would think." But eventually, I ended up not going anymore to boxing and jiu-jitsu. One, because the boxing coach passed out. Yeah.
Passed out or?
Passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But yeah, rest in peace. And the jiu-jitsu school that I was going to moved. So
you were looking for a new home.
Exactly. So I ended up not keeping up with them, and I went my own way. I just lifted weights, but then eventually I needed to compete. I've always been a competitor. Whatever I do, I play soccer, I try to be the best. Whatever I do, I try to be the best. I just hate losing. And eventually I was watching UFC. I've been a fan for UFC for, 6 years, something like that. And I was like, yo, I gotta try this out. I gotta do it. I kept telling my friends, I kept telling my family, but I just go for it. And then one day, I talked to my uncle. His name is Carlos Luis. He was like, bro, you gotta stop talking about it. Just go. Tomorrow, go and talk to them and get in. And that's exactly what I did. I went to a gym.
The following day?
The following day.
Damn, right there. That's motivation. That reminds me of Diego's story. All right.
Yes, sir. MMA Masters. Thank God it was that one. I'm blessed. I think it's destiny. I was meant for this. Everything in my career has been lining up
The
perfectly.
planets aligned, right?
Yes, sir. And then, yeah, that's when I got into MMA. I started just trying it, but I knew eventually I was going to compete. And I loved it. I love combat sports. After wrestling, to compete with someone, against someone, test your will against someone, see who quits first. I love that feeling.
God. What was the biggest challenge when you first started?
MMA?
Yeah.
I was too big. I was 210. I was lifting weights for too long, so I would gas out. I loved it. It was really fun. But when we would go, like, let's say 3 rounds, I was already dead. Like, too much muscle. I didn't have no cardio. and I
Like
was
you were
too stiff.
stocky?
Yeah, yeah. And I was stiff. I was really stiff. I couldn't throw a punch.
Damn.
Like I would throw a punch, but it looked robotic. Like you could tell I didn't know how to fight at all. So yeah, that was like the hardest, I would say. But besides that, I loved it. I even loved the pain. Like I loved that it sucked. I knew that was gonna get me better.
Was the transition from wrestling to jiu-jitsu easy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It gave me an advantage. Also, going there, when I joined MMA, I knew that most UFC champs were wrestlers at one point. So in my head, that was the best foundation, like they say. So it gave me a push, and I noticed it when I started learning jiu-jitsu. I would pick up stuff really fast. I was a white belt, and I got my blue belt relatively quick. I would say in under a year, I got it.
Wow.
My blue belt. And it's because the grappling, you understand how the body moves. So stuff that people take longer to learn to feel, I have that feel already. I just have to do it, and I'll get away quicker. So yeah, it was way easier than it would have been without wrestling.
What do you feel was, and to this day, some of the things that you need to constantly work at because it wasn't something that you had done before, like wrestling? Do you feel that you need to, for example, box every day so your stand-up game can be up to par with your competition? What do you feel is something that you need to constantly work on?
Everything, actually. I think that my stand-up game, I haven't showed it in my fights yet. There hasn't been the opportunity or the moment. Whatever happens. My last fight, I was thinking we were gonna strike more, but he was swinging wild, so I just went in for the shot. My body did it naturally, but I think that my striking has gotten way better in the last year, way better. So I'm way more comfortable on my feet. But what I need to work on, just everything, just staying sharp with my hands, staying sharp with my kicks, and mixing everything together. That's what I want to be. I want to be a complete fighter. I don't want to be the guy that just grapples you, or the guy that just boxes you, the guy that just kicks you. No, I don't like that. I like putting it all together. Make it look like art. Like,
Right. A masterpiece.
exactly. Demetrius Johnson, when he fights, everything is tied up together. He goes from a strike to a takedown to a submission. I want to be that fighter.
You briefly mentioned your last fight. Talk to me in your point of view, your experience of your last fight.
Okay, so my last fight, I was coming off a loss, my first loss in MMA, and I had not a lot of pressure, but I put pressure on myself because I did not want to lose. I hate losing. Not even the first time I wanted to lose, but this time I couldn't lose. I don't want to be that guy in a 2-fight losing streak.
Right.
So I fought with like something to prove. I had to prove that.
You had a chip on your shoulder.
Exactly. I had to prove that I'm way better than what happened last fight. I've gotten way better. I learned from my mistakes, and that I was gonna fuck this guy up, literally.
Amen.
That was my goal, and that happened. That's what happened. I put him to sleep, and I won.
A dormir. You can actually see some of that beautiful footage on the screen. You know, that man right here is the man put him to sleep. You know, right there. Do you feel that when going into a fight, like you described, you're putting pressure on yourself? Do you find that you perform better under pressure, or do you feel more natural or more at ease when estás tranquilo, when you don't feel all that much? What's better for you?
It's weird because you always feel the pressure. At least with my experience, the 4 fights that I've had in MMA, even in wrestling, you always feel pressure when you're gonna compete against someone. The thing, I feel like I compete way better when I gotta prove something. I gotta beat the guy. I gotta be mean to the guy because he's trying to do the same to me. If I don't knock him out, he's gonna knock me out. So when I get in there, I need to try to hurt him. I don't want him to get injured, of course. Nobody wants to injure their opponent, or you get me, themselves. That's really bad in their career. They could take a lot of time away from their career. But I want to get in there, finish him right away, or just get the finish. I want to be mean. I want to control every single second of the fight. And yeah, basically that.
Clock in and clock out. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Before we started shooting, we were briefly speaking about UFC 257 and I guess how all of that played out. What do you think, I guess, how would you ideally, as a fan of the sport as well as someone who practices it, how would you see the next coming matchups happening after this McGregor loss?
Right away, what I thought after For who? McGregor or like the
For
lightweight
everybody.
division?
I mean, you can even give me, if you want, you can give me main event and co-main event. How do you think that's going to play out? Or shit, that weight division, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so main event and co-main event were 155, the four of them. So what I think is that Chandler should fight Poirier for some reason, and the reason is that Hooker and Poirier had a really close fight. It was I don't know if it was unanimous or split, but it was really close.
It was super close.
It went to decision. They almost finished each other, but Chandler got the job done fast. You get me? So he proved that he belongs in there, and that he did that to a guy who almost beat Dustin. So that should be a fun matchup.
What do you think about Dos Anjos?
Dos Anjos, he's trouble. He's a really tough guy, and they should put him against, I don't know, Oliveira or Gaethje, someone up there, because Gaethje needs to fight someone too.
Gaethje needs to fight someone. Gaethje does need to fight someone. Speaking of fighters, excuse me, Richard, who were some of the fighters? When you were first becoming a fan, you had told me that you would watch the sport for 6 years beforehand. Some of the fighters that inspired you to get into it, some of the fighters that you can't take your eyes off of, that fighters that you're fans of to this day.
Okay, GSP, number one. GSP, he's the number one guy. The guy to follow. You wanna be like that guy. He's the idol for most MMA fighters. And who else? Joel Romero, not only because he's Cuban, but he's so fun to watch. He's so explosive. He had a really boring match against Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
But
what do you think? Why do you think that played out like that?
I think he's already, I don't know. He was trying to play it safe, you get me? And catch Israel and get Israel swinging at him just to throw a big bump. But that never happened.
Never happened.
And he wasn't going to he wasn't going to go forward. Izzy's a counter striker. So if he goes forward, that's what Izzy wants. And he's just gonna waste energy. If you notice, most of his fights, he explodes, but he rests for like half a round every time. Every time he explodes, he's gonna rest. So I guess he just didn't wanna go forward, lose the trade, and then be tired too. So that's what made it a boring matchup. It was, I don't know. Maybe if Joel Romero would have gone forward, he would have done something, but he had the chance of getting tired, which has happened before, and he probably didn't want to run that risk.
Richard, some of the, I guess, biggest concerns of people that, practice MMA are obviously injuries, CT, you got this, you got that. Are these problems or issues that you ever think about when going into a fight, when coming out of a fight, when sparring, maybe someone sparred too hard? Does this ever cross your mind or not at all?
It does, 100%. Not anymore, like, now it doesn't make me think so much as before. When I was starting, I was thinking, because I would watch videos, that it will pop up in YouTube, CT, stuff like that, and your family telling you, oh, you're gonna get hurt, this, that. And yeah, it makes me think about it. But at the end of the day, if you train smart and you have a smart fight style, you're not gonna run the same risk that someone who's gonna go in there, go crazy, get hit all the time, in practice, go hard, be getting hit in the head really hard all the time. You just gotta be smart about it. And injuries, they do scare me. I'm not gonna lie, nobody wants to get injured. I try to keep my body healthy. I try to stay in shape, work on my strength, so injuries have less of a chance of happening.
How important is recovery for you?
Super important. Sometimes it's hard to recover when you're training really hard, when you're in fight camp. But I think it's basically almost as important as the training that you're doing. So I try to get at least 8 hours of sleep every time. I try to get massages at least once a week or as often as I can.
Right, Asian massage on 87th, baby.
Yes, sir. And recover my body. I don't do it every time, but I try every morning, stretch half an hour or at night, get my body loosened up, and yeah, no, pay attention to my body, listen to my body. Something hurts, don't be messing with that. Let's say my knee hurts, my ankle hurts, don't do kicks that day. Being smart about your training. Don't just be, because everybody's tough. Being tough is something that you have to be in MMA. That's something that Danny says all the time. If you're not tough, you're in the wrong sport. But just being tough it doesn't work anymore. You gotta be tough and smart. So when you're feeling something, when not a little pain, when you feel something that could be an injury, you gotta pay attention to it. You gotta try to recover. You need a massage, you do a massage. You need to take a break, you take a break. And yeah, just recover, be smart, and take care of your body. And one more thing.
Yeah.
You need that. Thank God that I'm in the gym that I am. That we have amazing training partners, people that don't hurt you, because that happens all the time. People hurt you. People train too hard. People drill too hard. People sport too hard. You need people who are gonna take care of you, and you take care of them. You're still working, but you're taking care of each other.
And you guys don't have any. You guys don't have that issue of someone going too hard accidentally, or how about maybe someone that's new at the gym, they don't know kind of like, you know, what level you're going at, or whatever the case. Has there ever been a case where you know, someone's new, they come in, try to show off, and you hit harder than you should?
It happens. You're in MMA. It's a violent sport. You're hitting each other. There's emotions. Here and there, some people start. You can spar hard, but most of the times everybody's smart. Nobody gets heated. And when there's new people, they shouldn't be going to a pro class. It's rare to see someone who doesn't have much experience to go to a pro class. And when they do, if they go hard, they're gonna get their ass beat. So don't do it.
There you go. Don't do it. Richard, I've rarely met someone who at such a young age had such a strong work ethic. You know, when other people are, you know, playing PS5, shout out, you know, you're training, or, you know, you're focusing on training, on your diet or this or that. You're also notoriously known for not being able to keep your shirt on. So I appreciate that. You know, where did that come from? Where did the work ethic come from? How are you able to have such a clear-headed focus on what it is that you want, and the ability to be able to do it day in and day out?
I think it all came from wrestling. I think wrestling taught me not just how to be tough. It's just the mindset that we have in wrestling. You gotta, once you do something, you gotta do 100%. You gotta be disciplined. And if you're not, you're gonna pay the price. You're gonna lose. Yeah, nothing's gonna go your way. So it's either you're in or you're out. You have to be 100% for whatever you do. If not, you're not gonna be successful. You cannot just fake it. If you fake it, it won't go your way. You're just gonna lose. In MMA, you gotta get knocked out. In wrestling, you will get pinned. You're gonna lose. So I learned that in wrestling. My coaches were tough on me. They're always tough. All wrestling coaches are always tough. Either you're tough, either you learn, or you quit. So that's what happened. I got a lot of discipline from wrestling, and I learned that if I want to be the best, if I want to get to be all the way at the top of the game, I have to put in the work, and the work is every single day, no matter what.
That's a damn fact right there, ladies and gentlemen. Richard, talk to me about your first fight ever. I assume, I mean, most people, their nerves are through the fucking roof, you know? Mm-hmm. Talk to me about that first experience. Who was in your corner? How that entire experience played out?
Okay, my first fight, it was early. It was really early, but thank God I had wrestling. It was like 6 months into my MMA career, let's say. I had really weak striking. My striking was bad. But thank God I had wrestling at the moment, and some jiu-jitsu. So I was fighting a stripper, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shout out LeBear's. Beautiful establishment. LeBear's next to Booby Trap. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I was fighting this guy, and it didn't matter. I knew when it was time to get in there, I was gonna do work. I was gonna go forward, and I'm never gonna quit. I'm always gonna go 100% forward. And the training camp went well. The only problem that I had with the training camp is that sometimes I overthink stuff. I want to do it so well when it comes to fighting that I overdid it with the diet. I feel good. I won my fight, but still, I did the diet, and I cut my carbs too early. I was like a month out, and I was barely eating carbs. I was eating all greens, and I was feeling weak in practice. I was too skinny. I was too close to the weight. And when it came to the fight, I won. I dominated, but I didn't feel not even half as good as I would feel normally. You get me?
Did that change for your second fight?
100%. Now I know what to do as the fight's approaching. I keep my carbs. I keep drinking water. I eat my veggies, but not only veggies. That's not smart. You're gonna feel weak. I keep eating my proteins, and yeah, I just listen to my body. Now, thanks to that experience, I know what to do and what not to do, and I don't cut so early. Because if you cut too early, you're gonna be weak in practice, and when you're weak in practice, you cannot train. You cannot get better. You cannot. There's no point. There's no point on doing that. And anyways, you're still cutting weight, so might as well do it right, keep your carbs, and do the last 2 days, do your weight cut, and feel good in the fight. Don't be feeling weak the whole month.
Did you have masters in your corner from your very first fight, or at what point did you start having masters in your corner?
What do you mean as a masters?
So were you fighting out of MMA Masters from your very first fight?
Yeah. I was fighting out of MMA Masters. My first MMA gym was MMA Masters. So yeah.
Got you. How did the second fight play out?
Oh yeah, that was a funny one. I was on a fight, then my opponent pulled out. Then I was on a fight again, then another opponent pulled out. And then it was a week of the fight. I didn't have no opponent. I was chilling. I was eating like crazy. I was training legs like crazy. And then 3 days out, they told me, "Oh, we have an opponent for you."
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, "Damn. All right."
Okay.
And they're like, "But don't worry, you got this. You just gotta be smart." I'm like, I was gonna do it anyways. If they told me you fight, I'm fighting. They're my coaches. They know what they're doing, and I trust them 100%.
There you go.
And they gave me a game plan. They told me, you do some kicks, you stay far, you look for your takedown, and you're gonna win the fight. And that was the plan. So that's what I did. But then for the good thing, I didn't have to cut too much weight. We agreed. It was 2 days before the weigh-in, so we agreed that we're gonna fight at 185. We're both 170s, and we fought at 185. Then we had the face up. The guy got in my face, trying to act funny and stuff. I just laughed it off. And then the day of the fight, I was actually pretty pissed because as the fight was approaching, I was thinking of that, and it was pissing me off. But Danny came, he calmed me down a little, and when they got in the fight, that's what I did. I did exactly as we planned. I just did my kicks, I stayed far, and when I saw the opening, I went for my takedown, and I won all 3 rounds, and it was unanimous decision.
Can we give it up for Richard Mayol? Oh, the man right there. Were you? How were your nerves at that point? Because did the fact that this man tried something, try to get in your head the day before, did that work? Did that get in your head, or were you more con más ganas to fight?
I think it was actually the opposite. I was more nervous before that happened. Like it made me want to be in there way more. It made me want to hurt. It made me want to beat him.
What was it like after? Was it all love after, or?
He was a weird guy. He was trying to get in my face and act all funny. And
After the fight?
No. Like
Okay,
throughout all the process, he was trying to show off. And then right after the fight, he was nice. You get me? Like everybody, he was respectful. But it was just too much. Like he tried too much, and then he was trying to be nice. I was, good job, bro. Go your way. But it was too much. I don't like people who try so hard.
Right.
Do you when you're fighting, do you find like like, do you fixate on a point just to make yourself want to be there a little more, or do you just let it play out naturally?
What do you mean fixate on a point? Like something they did?
No, do you make drama out of nowhere just to get yourself going?
No. The drama, I think I created myself. It don't matter. The guy doesn't do anything. I do that to feel more motivated to beat him up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just think this guy is trying to beat me up, and I get pissed myself. Like I need to get pissed to fight better. So I just start thinking about that. I get angry. I get angry, but I don't lose control. There's differences. There's people who get angry and they go crazy. They start swinging. No, I get angry, but I know my game plan. That's just a mindset to know that I have to go in there to kill. So yeah, that's what I do. I just try to get as angry as possible against my opponent.
If this guy hadn't tried you at the weigh-ins, would you have done something to get a rise out of him? Do you need to kind of like have a little garra before the fight to feel it, or?
I think it makes it easier, but I don't need it. I can make it myself. Like I said, my last fight, the guy was respectful and everything, but still, I went in there like if he actually tried to hurt someone I love.
Right.
You get me? So if they don't do it, I'll do it myself. I'll create a scenario in my head. Like you said, yeah, I actually look for something. I create it. If it's not there, I create it. I think of something to not like the guy. Then after, I'm the nicest guy. Good job, whatever.
Like MJ said, I took that personally.
Exactly. I want to show them I'm better than you. We're both getting in there, but I'm not gonna die. You are.
I get that. I feel that. I feel that.
Do you like tapping gloves before the fight or no?
I don't mind. I don't even think about it. I think it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
I think it depends. I've never done it first. Usually they do it. When they do it, I just go. If they don't, I think I won't do it myself either.
Right.
Usually they put their gloves out. I just tap their gloves. That's it.
No, it's not happening.
But I don't care.
It's
I don't
not
care.
happening.
I don't even think about it. It's just something that happens. It's just like when you practice jiu-jitsu, you're rolling, you use.
All right, exactly, of course. But you're still going at it.
Like that just happens naturally. I'm not even thinking about shaking the hand or nothing.
Right. What about, talk to me about, some people don't talk a lot about the Walkout Song. What do you normally pick? What do you look for? Because I've seen Walkout songs of all shapes and fucking sizes. I've seen, heavy metal. I've seen rap. I mean, there was one guy that walked out to like Frank Sinatra. People walk out to anything. Freaking, who was it? Ferguson walked out to Mr. Roboto, so talk to me about your walkout selections.
I don't know what I'm gonna walk out to this fight yet, but usually I walk out to hip hop, some rap, something that pumps me up a little. I need that. I don't need it. I'm still gonna fight, but it makes it easier. It makes it easier to focus. Once that song plays, you feel like laser focus. Boom. Like you're looking forward already. You know what's gonna happen. You're in fight mode. So once the song starts playing, you're in fight mode, and you change. You're a different person.
Some people say that the unspoken first round of MMA, of fighting, is the weight cut. Talk to me a little bit about that as someone who seems to always have their weight under control. Is it difficult for you? Is it easy? Is it demanding? Or is it a walk in the park?
It's easy. It's not a walk in the park, but because you still feel bad, no matter how good you take it. I usually take my weight cuts really well. I always make weight. I've never missed weight, not even in my 150 wrestling matches. But you just gotta be smart about it. You cannot be letting all the way for the last day, all the way for the last week. You gotta be progressively getting there.
So you've never missed a single weight cut?
Never, not even once. I was gonna miss once because in wrestling, it was a GMAC, a big tournament. And I ate like a big meal because I calculated. I thought it was gonna weigh less. I thought it was gonna be a pound. It was like 3. So when I woke up, I was 2 pounds over. First thing I did, I put like 5 sweaters on, 3 pants. I put a trash bag under everything, and I went to school with the AC on the hottest, trying to sweat. I got there. I went to a football field. I did a couple of laps. That was the time that I was the closest to missing weight, but I still made weight.
God. Dang.
We're making weight. We gotta be professional.
That's amazing right there. That's a damn fact. You gotta be professional. Diego, you and I, we'll make weight, right? Yo, Diego, meet me at 250.
I'm down.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Book that shit. Pay-per-view.
Fight.
There you go. There you go. Pay-per-view, baby.
I look like, what's that?
Logan Paul,
what's
you
that
got?
guy?
Logan Paul.
What was
I'm
that
calling
guy's
you
name?
out.
Butterball. You guys remember Butterball?
I remember Butterball, yeah. Logan Paul, you're taking everything I worked for, motherfucker.
Yo, you saw him try McGregor again?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I got 10K for you now.
What do you think about all these fucking Mayweather, Logan Paul, like all these kind of like weird boxing matchups? They're talking about, well, before this fight, they were talking about McGregor versus Pacquiao. What do you think about all this?
It's good and bad. Good because it brings eyes to sports. It brings eyes to the fighters. It brings a lot of money, obviously, and yeah, that's a good part. But the bad part, I don't like how they mix everything up. Like it makes, I don't know, in some way, it makes it less professional. Like if you're a fighter, don't be fighting some bum. It just
Right.
Like it's okay, he has a name and something, but it just looks weird in my eyes. I think it takes away from the sport.
Right.
In some way.
What did you think of the Tyson fight?
I thought, no, that's different. You get me? They're both
fucking,
fighters,
yeah.
and they're both around the same age. They both were champs. You get me?
Right.
So I agree with that one, but not. They could do it. That's fine, but I don't like how YouTubers can fight fighters and call it a fight.
Right.
It's not really a fight. You get me?
Exactly.
You're just trying to make money.
100%. Richard, talk to me about the upcoming fight that you have. By the time when they hear this, it'll actually be, I believe, 2 days out. So please tune in, check that fight out Saturday night. Give them all the details. Talk to me about that fight.
Okay, so February 6th, I'm fighting for the PFL title.
Boom, 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 boom. That PFL title, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm talking about going in for that.
We're getting it.
getting that title. Talk to me about that.
So I've seen the guy. I know what the guy does. So we have our game plan. We know what to do. And even like that, I get a lot of looks in the gym. I have a lot of different people. Whatever style comes my way, I think I'm ready. I'm ready standing. I'm ready with kicks. I'm ready with punches. I'm ready in the ground. I'm ready taking people down, getting up. Whatever happens, I'll be ready for the situation. And I'm looking to dominate 100%. I'm looking to win every single second of the fight.
God, that's fucking inspiring, ladies and gentlemen. This man right here is about to get that damn title. You know what I'm talking about. Are you the type of fighter? Do you like to study tape? Do you like to let your coaches do that? Do you study your opponent, or do you do your own thing?
I look at it, but I try not to overthink about it too much, because just like Danny says, he's my coach, so I take stuff from him. I fight my fight. I'm not gonna fight my opponent's fight. So I do my own thing. I adjust some little things, some different offensive or defensive aspects of my game to my opponent. But besides that, I do my own thing. I fight with what I'm good at. Let's say, if what works on him are hooks, but hooks don't work for me at all, I'm not gonna be throwing hooks. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna do, let's say I only wrestle. I got way more, but let's say I only wrestle. I'm gonna wrestle. I'm gonna do what I do. So yeah, I watch the tape once or twice, and that's it. I let the coaches tell me what to do, how to game plan, and that's it. I follow what they say.
Who's gonna be in your corner that night?
I hope Danny.
There you go. There you go.
And I don't know who else. Maybe Bellico, maybe Alex, maybe
Right.
Justin.
Right.
Boys from MMA Masters.
Oh yeah, and you've seen Justin here before as well. You've seen Kevin, you see Alex.
Maybe Kevin.
There you go. You've seen a lot of the faces from MMA Masters. A lot of talented individuals, a lot of talented fighters coming out of that gym, and I'm repping today as well, in case you can't tell. Richard, you know what I'm saying? Right there. Richard, what are some of the wrestlers? I know we spoke briefly about the UFC fighters that inspired you, but what are some of the wrestlers that inspired you coming up? A lot of people talk about Matt Hughes. Crazy how he got hit by a train. I don't know if you knew that he got hit by a fucking train, bro.
He got hit. That's crazy.
But yeah, some of the wrestlers that inspired you.
In MMA or in wrestling?
Both.
Okay, just in wrestling, I'm gonna say wrestling first, then MMA. In wrestling, Jordan Burroughs, his multiple-time world champion, he's like the best of the best right now. He's the most explosive guy. He has a double leg that mine's not like that, but I want it to be like that. Once he decides to shoot, he's gonna take you down no matter what. He doesn't stop driving. You're falling. That's it. Then there's Dake.
Would he take down Khabib?
For sure.
No questions asked?
No, for sure. Khabib's good. Khabib will probably give him a lot of trouble, but I think Khabib's already too much into MMA. Right. So it will be different. Maybe if it was only wrestling, it will be a hard match for both of them. But I think Jordan got that.
Gotcha.
Then there's Dake, amazing defense, really explosive guy. They're all in the same. They used to be in the same weight class. Jordan Burroughs, Dake, and the third guy that I'm gonna say, David Taylor. David Taylor. I used to wear his shoes all the time. Magic Man, that's how I call him. And he's amazing. He's like me. He's long, and a lot of people used to tell me, "Oh, you cannot wrestle. You're a long guy. Wrestlers are short, and they're explosive. It's different. They have different body types." But he's so good, and he made me look up to him because we have a similar body type, and his style is really pretty. He goes for ankle picks. He changes angles. The three of them are world champs currently, and they're amazing. They're like the top of the top.
Damn. Okay.
And then UFC. Let me see. I like Kobe. I really like Kobe. Not because he's in my gym. I like his pressure.
I'm not biased at all.
I'm biased, 100%. But before even knowing him, his style is just annoying for the person who's fighting him. He won't get off you. I felt it personally. It's the most annoying thing. No matter what you do, he's always gonna be sprinting your way. So if you're trying to get up, he's gonna be on your face no matter what. And he'll go from one thing to the other, non-stop, and he'll gas people out. He'll frustrate people mentally. He'll break them mentally. Mostly, maybe physically, but mostly mentally. Nobody can take that pressure. Also, I like Khabib. I like how dominant he is. I love how he takes someone down. That's it. You're staying there. He's doing everything perfect technique. Everything's tight. Barely any mistakes, like no mistakes at all. And he goes for his submissions. And the third one, let me think. I like DC. I like Daniel Cormier a lot. I like Daniel Cormier, even though he doesn't use he didn't use in his last matches as much of wrestling as he has, but he's really good. I love how he would take people down, use high crutch and slam on the neck every single time.
I love DC. He makes guys like me feel
Yes,
welcome.
sir, bro. He's an athlete.
Represent chunky boys, huh?
Represent.
But hey, bro, don't let the
crazy.
belly don't let the belly fool you though.
That's crazy. It's crazy that he looks like that. And
But he's so fit though, like it's crazy,
super.
bro. You don't let the belly fool you. I'm telling you.
I saw him run the 4.4. It was crazy.
He's super talented.
Like he's
good
really
and
no,
athletic.
he's really fast.
Oh,
like
it's insane.
He's really fast. Just like the guy that Gustafsson.
Gustafsson.
Gustafsson, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a meatball too, but I won't tell that to his face.
That's a fact. Is it inspiring? Is it uninspiring? What is it? What do you feel when you train with people of such high caliber, like a Colby Covington, like a Danny Chavez? When you're training with these people, they're already they're in the UFC, established. What emotion goes through your brain when you train with people of this level?
I feel blessed, honestly. That's why I think I was destined to be in this gym. This is the first gym I go to. It happens to be one of the best gyms, if not the best. I think the best personally in Florida and probably the whole world. Real soon, people are gonna know. Everybody's going to the UFC in our gym.
Facts.
And it lets me know that I can get there, and it lets me see where I am, like how I'm evolving. I'm going against a UFC fighter. Let me see what I can do. Oh, damn, I'm actually better than I thought. I could do some stuff. He's getting the best out of me, but I keep learning. They teach you. They're always. That's a good thing about my gym. They have so many guys who are extremely humble. They're extremely humble.
They are.
Everybody
they
helps
are.
each other. We have an amazing culture in the MMA Masters, and that's the best thing. We're always looking out for each other, and I think that's why we're leveling up so much. Not only that we have crazy good coaches. Daniel Valverde, best grappler in the world by far, in my opinion. And Cesar Carneiro, our striking coach, who is amazing. He's gotten Colby. You guys are going to see Colby now when he comes back. He's a different guy. His striking used to be loose and stuff. Now he's tight. You guys are going to see. You guys are going to see a difference.
I've seen him training. He's looking good.
Yeah, bro. So we're blessed. We're really blessed, and I feel really blessed myself to have that chance. And I try to pick stuff from all of them because everybody's special their own way. Every single person, even let's say even the worst guy in the gym. There's no worst guy, but even the worst guy, everybody.
That's me. That's me right there.
Everybody has something that they do that other people don't, and something that works on everybody that just they do by themselves. We have a new guy that's called Match. He's from Africa. I forgot the name of the country, but he lived in France too. And he has 2 chokes and two things that he does that it just doesn't make sense. He does it his own way and it works on everybody. You get me? So little things like that you can pick up from everybody. Danny's low kicks, Danny's movement, Miguel's setup for his overhands. You get me? Stuff like that. Colin's pullback and cross.
Oh yeah.
His knockout.
Oh my God.
Rico being so elusive. Oh my, it's crazy. Rafael Alves, who's in the UFC too. Crazy movement, crazy kicks.
Oh my God. It's just
Colby's pace is just. I'm blessed.
Stacked.
I'm learning a lot from them.
It's hella stacked.
It is.
MMA Masters, ladies and gentlemen, a bunch of champions about to come out of MMA Masters and a bunch of current UFC fighters in there right now, and some of which will be joining the UFC ranks soon. There you go. There you go.
Gang shit. Talk your shit,
Gang
bro.
shit. Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
I suck at it, bro. I cannot talk shit.
Call out Nate Diaz. Call out Nate Diaz.
Where you at?
Yo, fuck him up. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm saying, we have two segments, one of which is actually the movie review of the week. And every single week we ask our guests, whomever that may be, and today is the almighty powerful Richard, a media, some sort of film, a TV show, some sort of media that they watch constantly, something that either inspires them during fight week or something that doesn't necessarily inspire them, but maybe gets them to chill out and not be so overthinking or not so stressed out for a fight. Something that maybe takes takes your mind off of things. So Richard, what is a movie, a series, something that is also very good that you're currently watching, or something that inspires you?
Okay, so I didn't take this from Kevin. First of all, when I saw the question, the first thing I thought it came to my head, Naruto. I don't know how to pronounce it in English.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid growing up, that's all I used to watch. I watched every single episode, and that's the anime that it actually taught me a lot. And I think it changed a little bit of my personality. How not only he wants to be the Hokage, he's persistent, but he will never quit. And it shows you how every single ninja, so basically like a fighter, they find their own way to be their best version, and how quitting is not an option. How no matter what happens, you gotta push through. And yeah, that's basically that will be my anime. That will be my show. Let's say.
Okay, Naruto. How many stars?
I'll say five, but I don't like the fillers.
Gang.
If there were no fillers, it would be a 6.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, 100%.
Damn, some people we're having the discussion about Dragon Ball Z fillers. What's the one without fillers called? Dragon Ball Super?
No, Dragon Ball Z Kai.
That one. They took out all the fillers. It's kind of like
you miss Goku learning how to drive. You can't. That's hilarious, bro. This motherfucker drives a cloud.
Yeah, I used to watch Dragon Ball 2 when I was little. I didn't watch it as much, but I loved it. I loved it.
You know, when you were saying that, yeah, like fighting shows tend to like teach that message.
Exactly.
Like not like because Goku, his goal is to be the best.
right.
And
Shout out Pokemon too.
and like
And it's not even fighting.
I went into song in my head.
And it's not even fighting. It's whatever you do. Whatever you do, you gotta.
With everything, that's what I was about to say.
You gotta go crazy. You gotta be obsessed. You gotta go 100%. Whatever you do, you gotta, let's say, train no matter what, learn no matter what. Keep going until you become the best version you could be. You get me?
Bro, I think big shout out to her in order to the uncle that makes you sign up the next day. You know what I'm saying? That's
100%.
amazing right there. Because they had a similar situation. You know, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He had a customer, hey, cut me up. The next day, boom, he's in barber school.
Exactly.
Like legit, he was like, "Yo, you did your beard, cut my hair." And I was like, "I don't cut hair." He's like, "Bro, just cut my hair." And I was like, "All right." The next day, I was like, "This is cool." I went to school. By the end of the week, I was enrolled.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Like
Yes,
that,
sir.
like that.
And that's how you find out stuff. You cannot. Everybody overthinks stuff. Sometimes you're like, oh, should I do it? Should I not? Most things in life, you gotta just go for it, no matter what.
Nike has the best
Just
slogan
do it.
ever, baby.
They
Just
fucking
do it.
got that
They
shit.
They really
it's
do.
it's so open and generic, but it's so spot on too.
Shouts out Nike and
Yeah,
shouts
yeah.
out.
Let's get that sponsorship.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, shout out Shia LaBeouf. He's going through it right now. I'll tell you that. He's getting accused of everything left and right. So hope you're doing well, Shia. Richard, when preparing for a fight, what are some of the things that you try to block out of your mind? Because people overthink a lot. You know, some people, even fucking Dustin Poirier was talking about how, they call it quote unquote Fight Island, but he feels like it's Fight Hotel because they're kind of locked up for 2 weeks before the fight. So imagínate, you're in a room for 2 weeks. The only place you can really go to is 2 rooms down to go to the gym. And that's all you're going to see for 2 weeks until you go to fucking battle. So I feel like I would just dive into a spiral of fucking overthinking. How do you control the brain? How do you not overthink?
Okay, you cannot not overthink. First of all, first thing you gotta learn how to deal with it. Learn that it's something that's gonna happen. At least for me, there's some people who manage to do it, but like most people, 99% of people, if you're going through, you're gonna perform. You're gonna do something that you could, like, it's gonna be hard. Let's say you could lose. It could go bad. You get me? You're always gonna be thinking. But personally, what I do, I try to meditate. I try to visualize my fight. I spend some time on it. I close my eyes. I think everything that could happen, and that really helps. My last fights, I've seen so many situations that have happened in the fight that I already have seen in my head. You get me? Like, I'm ready for what's gonna happen, and breathing techniques. Just breathing, relaxing, trying to do your own thing. Drink a tea. I don't know, whatever works for you. Watch a show.
What was that breathing technique called that like you that fuck Danny was
Wim
spoken
Hof?
about? Huh?
Was it the Wim Hof method?
He like goes completely in and then like blows it out and then
Yeah.
they showed it
They
in
stop.
Doctor Strange.
They stop breathing. He stops breathing for 1 minute and then.
Yeah, but they showed it in
The
Doctor
only
Strange.
breathing technique I know is the one that Will Smith showed me in Bad Boys 2, Wusa.
I thought you were gonna. I thought it was gonna be a blunt, like a marijuana joke.
No,
He was like, "This is the only breathing I know."
I mean,
Was it like the guy of the code?
That he was just like
a lot of records in the
yes,
code. Is that it's
yes.
one of them.
Okay.
I used to do it a lot. I used to do it all the time. I don't do it as often now, but it's really good.
What does it do? Does it make you lightheaded?
It makes you lightheaded because I'm not sure if it's oxygen that's going to your head, but like it feels like you feel some type of high right after. You feel like a little dizzy, but you feel good. Like you distress. You let go of. It's weird. You gotta try it. You know how feelings you cannot explain them. You can explain them, but it's not the same. You gotta feel it. So basically, what you do, you breathe in deep for 30 breaths, then you let it out, and you hold it, and you're gonna hold it way more than you would do it without like just getting a breath. You get me? You have no air in your lungs, but you're gonna hold it more than if you had. You get what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
And then you hold that and you pressure the you breathe once and you pressure the air to your head. And I don't know if it's oxygen that goes to your brain, but it oxygenates your whole body.
God, I mean,
It's like a reset. It feels like a reset.
Right. God.
And some people, not everybody, most people don't, but some people even
Pass
when they're
out?
doing it, they pass out. But it's not bad. They just, it's like they're going to, like they're taking a nap type of thing. You get me? They just go out.
Yeah,
so
like McGregor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know?
And you know how I started doing this? The first time I saw it, I watched a video and he was like, oh.
that was cheap. Lima, come on, that was cheap. My
I
bad to cut you off like that. But
taking a nap like McGregor did last night.
That was cheap.
Yo,
I was
he
away
literally
from
went
the
to
mic.
sleep in
He was
that
like-
position, bro.
No, listen, I love Connor. I had Dustin, unfortunately. I mean, I had Dustin. You know, what you going to do?
It is what
Dustin, Connor's going to come back. I thought the same thing about Poncinibio. You know, he was out for 2 years. I was super sad about that one.
Yeah, I watched that fight, bro. I kept telling my girl, he's putting his right hand down.
Yeah, I saw that shit too,
Lisa
bro.
come over with a hook. It's gonna happen, and she
Yeah.
was like, "Let me see," and then right after, switch with the right and then left.
Left.
Boom, because he will bring it back. He'll throw the right hand and then put it down instead of leaving it up. He'll put it up and then bring it down.
Broke my heart. I mean, do you feel that there's a very real thing as ring rustiness or octagon rustiness? You know, if you're off like Poncinibio for 2 years, you're off like Connor. I mean, Connor fought an aging Cowboy Cerrone, you know, and beat him with shoulder shots, or broke his nose with shoulder shots. And then before that, I think it was the Mayweather fight, right?
But it's different fights too. The thing is that he fought different people, and Cowboy's on his way down. He was already on his way down. He's not as sharp. He's not as fast, and it's different. But I do think it plays a factor. But not only the fight, also the training. When people are out, usually they take months out of training, and it's not the same. Fighting, of course, everything's way faster. But even in training, you see things better when you're doing it for a while. When you stop even training and fighting, then it's gonna play a factor for sure. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I think.
I mean, I feel like it would. Let's say me and you are sparring, and I see that you're lowering your hand. I wouldn't really. I'd tell you, but you wouldn't really. It doesn't really resonate with you because I'm telling you, your opponent's not gonna tell you. He's just gonna be like, "Oh, bet."
Exactly,
You feel me?
exactly.
So-
And when you take time off, things like that, you don't see them. Little details that you'll see if you're sharp. If you're 100%, your mind was in the game. You're not gonna see it the same. You're not gonna see the punches. You get me? You gotta be in it for a long time. If you stop, you gotta take your time to come back. You cannot just come back right away. You're not gonna be the same person.
Like Connor did not check a kick at
The
all.
kick. That's the
Also
thing.
say
He
that.
wasn't checking them properly.
No. He didn't check him at all.
Alex,
The ones. Go ahead.
Alex said it best. He was fighting like a boxer. He's a good boxer, but he boxed in his karate stance. I was hopping back and forth. I don't know if you've seen Conor fighting before, but this time he was fighting without moving. He was flat-footed. He was staying there like if it was just in a boxing match. He was just throwing. He threw 2 kicks and he wasn't hopping at all. So maybe if he was hopping back and forth, he would have gotten out of the way of the kicks or checked them or saw them better. But he was just so like he wasn't mobile. He wasn't moving. So every kick will catch him. Every single kick will catch him. And after a few, you're done.
Yeah, I mean, Connor and Poirier spoke about it. The ones that Connor did try to check, he didn't check properly because Poirier was still being able to hit the actual muscle of the calf. So it wasn't actual shin on shin, which would have hurt Poirier.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, once the leg, I mean, kind of how you had said,
Yeah.
once the leg is done, it's done.
It was hitting the outside of the leg every single time. It was like I don't know, like 12. With 2 or 3 of those without chin guards, you're done. Like if they hit in the same spot, it's gonna be hard to move on that leg.
His leg was done at the beginning of at the end of the first round.
I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. But
He had no leg.
No, for sure. I mean, I have to rewatch the fight.
There was a moment I saw where Connor hit Poirier with a a left overhand, and he tried to step forward and couldn't
Exactly.
attack. Because Poirier, there was like maybe a minute left. I thought Poirier was going down. I thought Poirier was.
Yeah, he was getting caught. He was getting caught at the end of the punches.
He got caught with a big left, and I was like, oh shit, and then.
Yeah, but what they said that one of the big differences is really durable now. He can take a punch at 155. At 145, he couldn't take it as much. He was cutting too much weight.
Poirier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His chin's way strong. He took some.
No, he did. Yeah,
He
the
took
first.
he
He took a lot. I mean, he even got wobbled at one point.
Yeah, he took a few good punches to the chin and he took them. Maybe at 145 he would have gone down with that. You get me?
Oh yeah.
And then what I'm saying, his game plan was beautiful. Slow him down in the first round, take him down. Conor didn't see that coming. Conor felt like if he didn't know any wrestling. He knows he's really good at defending, but he didn't see that coming. When you're not ready for something, he's gonna catch you no matter what. And then the leg kicks. That was it. The fight was over. Conor couldn't get out. If Conor would have tried to, maybe Conor had a little bit of wrestling when he was getting tagged up. He could have shot and get some time. You're hurt. Try to breathe. Try to recover. But did it happen? He got knocked out. He got TKO'd.
He got TKO'd. Richard, what are post PFL winning that title? What are some long-term goals for Richard?
So yeah, the goal right now is after this fight, we're going pro. We're going pro this year, most probably.
Okay.
And Master Sensei and Danny, we've talked about this. We don't know exactly the month, but that's a goal. I've been training. I train with really good people, and I think I'm ready.
Hell yeah, ladies and
ready.
gentlemen, give it up right here. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? The man's going pro. The man's going pro this year. All right. Are you correcting me if I'm wrong? Once you go pro, you can start throwing elbows, correct?
Yeah, you can throw elbows. You can throw knees to the face.
Oh, praise God. Praise God. That's beautiful.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, God.
I love flying knees. I'm calling it now. I'm going to get a few knockouts with flying knees.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I love them. I just kind of throw them.
A la Masvidal?
A la Masvidal?
Bro, I like Masvidal, but I like more like the flying ones. The ones you explode. He did it like the switching one. Is the one
right.
On the left.
Yeah.
I like the other one better.
I say if he catches Ben if he catches him correctly, Ben is not alive today.
That was a bad
like
hit, he could have died or something. I don't know.
Like if you look at it, he nicked his head.
He didn't hit him clean.
He didn't hit him clean. If he would have hit him clean, he would have the skull would have been fractured for sure.
And there was 2 people going the same direction. So his speed plus the knee straight in the face.
Yeah, they definitely weren't tapping gloves. I'll tell you that. Richard, what are your thoughts on and your 2 cents as far as now that you're going pro? PEDs is something that people talk about heavily when it comes to the sport, and the sport has actually, unfortunately, been plagued by situations like that. You think of John Jones, you think of a number of people. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the amateur circuit, you guys are not being tested, correct?
No, I don't think we're being tested. We just get blood tests. They don't test for no steroids. I'm pretty sure some people still take that stuff.
Well, I was gonna ask you, have you ever felt like someone that you were not sparring, someone that you were fighting had that sort of upper hand? Have you ever had proof that somebody that you were fighting were taking it and you still beat them? What's been your experience with PEDs?
I don't know 100%. I have no clue if I don't think anybody that I fought has been on any type of PED. Maybe someone that I trained with, but still I have no proof, so I don't know. I don't know 100%. But I personally, I will never take it, and I think it taints your name. You get me? So not even once they catch you. Like I know you're trying to do it for your family, like Kevin said, all that, but I differ. I think different. I think you gotta do stuff right. You get me? You cannot cheat. If you're a cheat, you get me? Your word doesn't count. What are you?
So do you think that, for example, a TJ Dillashaw, John Jones, their name will never be the same?
100%. 100%. John Jones, 100%. He's been tested positive like 4 times, 4 or 3. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't understand why some of the fans are like, it doesn't take away from the fact that he was so amazing, but you don't know what he would have been without it.
Exactly. That's Danny says that all the time. That yeah, he was all that. He was all technical, but maybe if he wasn't on that, his reaction time, his creativity, his durability, he would take a hit not the same way. You get me?
Right.
So you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know. So yeah, that's why I will never support nobody that takes PEDs. I respect their talent. I respect how good they've been, but they will never be in the GOAT talk.
Okay. No, I respect that. I'm pretty much the same way. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, every single week we have two, I said count them, two segments. And the second one is actually the quest for the truth. You know what I'm talking about? And every single week I get a random emphasis on the word random card from this here deck of cards. And I ask our illustrious guest that week said question.
Make him answer. Make him answer.
Diego.
He never answers it.
That's a damn lie. That's fake news.
I think he's done it like twice, maybe 3 times.
Oh, he got to answer it too?
He doesn't.
But he's
That's
supposed
a damn lie.
He's supposed to.
That's a damn lie.
He's supposed to.
That's a damn lie.
He just likes having dirt on all of it.
Let's go.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, sir.
About to get the dirt.
Let's get it.
It's about to get fucking real.
Let's do it.
All right. It's not that serious. Ladies and gentlemen, the quest for the truth. Richard, if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
Maybe starvation, hunger, and like everybody being able to have accessible water and food. I think that's what I would go for, because I think war is almost impossible to stop. You can never stop
Right.
it. Like, it's in human's nature.
Try talking to King Jong-un, bro.
Yeah, you could never. It's sad. I wish it wasn't like that, but I think you could never stop that. What you could do your best, and it will be like way better, but you're never gonna stop that. Like, there's always good and bad, sadly, and but at least people not suffering just from their basic need of eating or drinking water. Like, that's really, really, really sad. You can seeing a little kid starving is the worst feeling ever.
100%.
Or someone in the street that you see that who's actually going through something. That's like, I don't know. It breaks my heart.
It does. It does. It's a great world problem to solve. Diego, if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
That, like, hunger.
But you can't hop on it, dawg. You can't hop on it. I'm already thinking of another one because I was going to say the same thing.
I guess everybody deserves some sort of land or a place to live.
All right, so just rewording the same.
No,
it's
land.
No,
right?
okay,
Land,
okay. So
land,
not
like,
being homeless. Okay.
Let's say you need a
home-
roof over your head.
Like having a roof over your head or having the ability to get that. You get me? Because there's a lot of space in this world. You know, not everybody needs to live in fucking Miami or New
Right.
York and shit. Like, I'm pretty sure there's places in fucking Wisconsin where you could just, like, yo, grab a homeless and be like, yo, look, I'll give you a house. Just, you gotta be over here.
Right.
What they do with the house is up to them. You get me?
Okay. For me, I guess it would be, because you guys took all the best ones.
The easy ones.
Yeah, the easy ones.
Internet for everyone.
Bro,
Wi-Fi for everybody.
bro, Pornhub will make a killing. Let me tell you.
Gang shit.
I will solve no more stray animals. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful one.
Well, what about possums?
No, I mean you can keep those. You know, I'm
that's-
talking about dogs.
So like house animals. House pets.
Yeah. You know, let's bring in the dogs. You know, they're out there in the cold.
What about cats, yo?
You can keep those.
Stray dogs.
Yeah,
Let's
stray
change it.
dogs. Yeah, let's save the stray dogs.
Cats are cool too. Bro.
I'm a dog person. I don't know about you. I'm a dog.
Shouts out to my cat.
Bro, this is not this type of show, bro.
Dogs in here, bro.
You briefly mentioned you and your girl, which reminds me, I wanted to ask you, what role does a relationship play on such a gruesome sport, such a raw endeavor? You know, some people you ask them, hey, don't fucking talk to me the week of the fight. They don't want to talk to their family. They don't want to deal with the drama. They don't want to talk to their girlfriend. They don't want to deal with the drama because they need to focus on the fight, you know. And I've met a lot of people like that. Some people are the opposite. Some people need to be coddled. Some people need mi amor, todo, you know. So where do you stand? Does it, is it motivation for you? Does it take away from you? What do you need from those closest to you when it's getting close to the fight?
I just need people to be understanding. I'm not the person to get pissed at nobody. I don't scream at nobody. I just get really mellow. I don't talk to no one. It's cool to be with people, but I need my time alone. I'm like extremely chill when I'm cutting weight. I'm super tranquilo. I don't say that word.
So as far as cutting weight, like, do you ever find trouble like with your food? Or do you naturally eat healthy?
I struggle with sweets. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
really
you know what I'm saying?
Like cookies?
Night Owl cookies over
everything,
here?
Yeah, bro. I love night owl cookies. I love chocolate. I love everything. Like, that's my big trouble, let's say.
So like you've never like encountered like yourself like a week before the fight like wanting like a cheeseburger from Five Guys or some shit like that.
No, that too. It's crazy because what you dig is grassy, like a lot of food with fats and really salty and sugary. That's what you need. Like, your body's craving for it. It's not even you, it's your brain. Because once you weigh in and you eat normal, you want it, but it's not as bad. It's your brain telling you, I'm dying. Give me something, like, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Give me food, bro.
I feel that. I go a week without eating Five Guys, bro. My brain is just like, yo, what are you doing?
Five Guys sponsorship.
Like, it's crazy. Even when you're cutting weight, a piece of gum that has some sugar, it feels so good. Like, you feel like your eyes open up. Just like coffee in the morning, that's how it feels. Just a little bit of sugar when you're cutting weight, when you're like dehydrated and stuff.
You're like, damn, that's that Trident 3 layers, baby.
Oh my God, you love it. But yeah, my last week I'm really strong, let's say. Like, I never had a bad weight cut, thank God. I hope I never do. But yeah, the last week I tried to never like cheat, let's say. But yeah, with my sweets, I struggle with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you prefer to have your family members, your girlfriend? Do you prefer to have them all watching the fight, or do you not want them there?
I prefer them watching. Why not? Like, they're showing me support, and it could put a little bit of pressure, but I don't feel like it actually puts pressure on me because once I go in, I zone out. I'm laser focused. I only see what's in front of me, and I'm trying to fight. Like, I don't hear nothing. I hear Danny. I only hear Danny, and I don't hear everything he says. I just hear like the key words. Oh, hands up, something like that. I don't know. Breathe.
You're able to hear him?
Yeah, but just Danny. I don't hear anything else. Like, you hear everything in the background, but it's like no you. It's like your subconscious seeing it. You get me? It's so weird.
Damn,
maybe the adrenaline and everything. But yeah, so now it doesn't affect me.
Do you watch back your fights?
Yeah, all of them.
And are you very critical, or you watch what's your experience like watching it? Are you actively looking for what you did wrong? Even in a fight that you won, are you trying to see what you did right? In the one fight that you did lose, what was the post fight experience like?
Yeah, I watch all of them. And let's say the last one that I won, even there I saw some details that I could have done way better. It was 100% dominant. I did all the work in the fight, but I had takedowns in little positions. I had the opportunities to do stuff that I didn't do. So I paid attention to that, and I don't want to repeat the same mistake, let's say. And the one I lost, I learned so much from that fight. I knew my stand-up game was pretty good. I couldn't show it in the moment because what happened, I lost. But it helped me realize how important it is to keep my hands to myself, to work on my footwork. I have to never cross my leg, nothing like that. Don't reach out too much because sometimes looping punches come in and you don't see them. And those are the punches that take you out or drop you or whatever. So yeah, I learned to block and keep my hands up. That was really, really important for that fight I lost. And I think I've gotten way better at that.
That's a damn fact. Do you ever speak to any of your prior opponents?
I do. I do sometimes, but I don't think it matters. Like, I don't know you at the end of the day.
Right.
Good job. That's it. I'm not gonna make it fake. Thank you, bro. Have a nice day. If I don't know you, well, that's it. Good luck. You get me?
Right.
There's some people who like going back, send a message. Oh, thank you. No, that guy just lost. He feels like shit. Good luck. Keep going. Be strong. That's it. You get me?
Of course.
And even to the guy I lost, I knew him, so I keep talking to him. Like, we were boys before we
Oh,
fought.
yeah?
Yeah, we were boys, and it is what it is.
So
And
there
the
was
thing
no
about it-
animosity after?
No. It
Todo buena
felt
onda?
like, it felt like shit.
Of
but
course,
yeah.
of course.
But no. He even came to our gym.
Wow.
Yeah, he came to a gym. I trained with him a couple times, couple days, and it was good. It was fine.
Do you want to run it back?
I would love to run it back, but he's going pro already. Maybe when we're pro, but he's going 155.
Damn, that's a pay-per-view right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
But if we do, I would love to run it back.
At least me, dog. When I lose at anything, you made me lose, then I gotta get back. I gotta get you back.
Exactly. If he's not in the gym, I would love to run it back. If he's in the gym, I'll swallow my pride.
Right. And that's hella big of you, though.
Yeah.
That, you know, it takes a level of maturity to be able to do that.
No, but
you
that's love for the home team, though.
Of course, 100%. What are some of the biggest things that you're looking forward to when going pro?
What I'm looking forward to, I don't really think about it so different. It's the same thing. It's just a little more time, but I don't even train with 3 minutes. I train with the pros. I train with my 5 minutes. My cardio is good. I'm looking forward to being able to elbowing people in the ground because it makes the ground and pound so much easier. Like getting the arm to hit, you gotta swing back. So when someone ties so hard, but with the elbow you're right there. It's super easy. Also the flying knees, but I think it's the same thing at the end of the day. It's still a fight, and you have no shin guards. That too. My low kicks are gonna hurt. Way more.
All right. Richard, before we start wrapping up, I wanted to know what are the top 3 fights that come to mind when you think of Absolute Wars, of fights that inspired you to get into the sport, fights that inspired you in general?
Robbie Lawler, Robbie McDonald. I don't know if
oh
you guys
my
know him.
God.
Bloodiest, nastiest
Fucking
fight in the world.
insane, dude.
Toughest guys ever. Like Rory lost, but he had a broken nose since the first round, I think.
Oh.
That fight was disgusting. Like, it makes you think, how are people like this in the world? Like, how are you so tough? It makes no sense. Robbie Lawler had like his lip was split all the way up to here. He was screaming like that, and the lip was moving in the air like this. It was disgusting. So yeah, that one I think will be probably number 1. Wei Lee against Joanna. It was a nasty one.
Crazy fight.
It was a nasty one.
Fight.
Thinking about her forehead, I started tripping out. I was like, damn, bro, this stuff can happen.
By the way, thank God for that fight, because had it not been for that fight, the main card would have been fucking Romero and Izzy.
Yeah.
Which was a really bad fight.
It was yeah, exactly. It was a main event, but it was crazy.
It was the co-main event.
Was so good, and then the main event was pretty boring.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It was like 2 people playing Mortal Kombat for the first time, learning the controllers. That's what it was like.
And the third one, let's see. Joel Romero, he has a couple ones. I like the ones with Whitaker, but I would say with Paulo Costa, it was fun. When I watched it, I had a lot of fun watching the fight.
That was a crazy fight.
Yeah, it was crazy. They were both eating crazy shots.
They were both.
They were having fun.
In that last round, they were just throwing bombs at each other.
Joel Romero pointing that one way and punching him with the other hand. That was fun. That was fun to watch. I enjoyed that fight.
What do you think about him being cut? Why was he cut? What did you?
I think he's too old and he's too much of a risk for any company in general. Even it's sad, but it's the truth.
I mean, he's going to Bellator now, right?
Yeah,
or no?
but in Bellator, they didn't want to get him at first.
I know.
And you know why? Because he's an old guy. He's dangerous. He could knock anybody out, like 100%. There's no doubt about that. And he could make a division look way worse than it is, like it happened with Demetrius Johnson. You get me? Like, he's about to retire, but he's not be beating up all the young guys coming up. You get me? So no company wants that. And he lost his last 1, 2, like 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. His last 4.
Something like that, yeah.
He lost it. It was all split. That's a crazy part. He lost all split decisions. I think maybe one of the Whitaker ones, he won them, but whatever, it is what it is. He lost 4 split decisions. So it looks bad, and then he's going to make the company and the weight division way harder to develop. So that's why other companies didn't want to get him either.
Right.
They're trying to grow a sport, even if it's a big name. You get me? They're trying to grow new fighters, but there's an old guy who's gonna probably retire in 3-4 years. I don't know. He's crazy genetic monster, but he's gonna be knocking out everybody. So it's iffy. It's iffy. You gotta think about it. he has a huge name, so companies are gonna want him. So Bellator is gonna.
Oh,
there's a lot of
definitely,
new fans.
definitely. You can't ignore that, man. You just can't. Richard, what? Before we start wrapping up, what is something that you want to leave the guests with, and also your mentality before this bout? 2 days from now, when you guys see this, this man's about to go in and make history, get that damn title. You know what I'm talking about? The man's ready physically, the man's ready mentally, the man's ready all around. What do you have to say before that big performance?
I'm ready to get in there, and I will dominate every single second of the match. And I'm getting my finish. It doesn't matter where. Standing on the feet, kicks, takedown, submission. I'm finishing him no matter what.
That's
So
facts.
Be ready for that. Tune in.
God damn, ladies and gentlemen, tune in. You know what I'm talking about? Check out PFL. PFL, please, on Saturday night. The man right here is about to make history. Don't blink, because you'll miss it. I'll tell you that.
Shouts out to Yuli. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Shout out to Yuli the Monster. Don't blink, you'll miss it. No, but seriously, one of the most hardworking individuals that I've had the privilege to know. One of the most talented individuals that I have the privilege to know. Few people put in more time and work in the gym, repetitive with everything that they have to do, because to really stick something is just about repetition and repetition and repetition. And even though this man's takedown is fucking flawless, you'll still see him practicing it. And I think that's the essence, the key as to why it makes him someone different, someone above his competition. Richard, you're gonna kill it, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Hell yeah.
We
Hell
will.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's
sir.
a damn fact. You know what I'm talking about? I've actually had the honor of being there of most of Richard's fights, and it's always a performance. It's always a show. I've yet to see a performance that wasn't fucking jaw dropping. So I'd be honored to be there, getting a little Midnight of Miami coverage. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, are there any other MMA Masters people fighting on that card?
On that card, we have Andre Correa. He's another guy from MMA Masters. He's an amateur. We have Win, NFL guy who's new to the gym. He's making his debut. He's a heavyweight.
Oh, shit.
Huge guy.
He is.
I think that fight's right before mine, so you guys are going to have fun.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
Let me see. I have the feeling there's someone else, but I'm not sure. In my card, I'm not sure. And then 1 week before this, before it comes out, King Braids is fighting.
Yes.
Christy.
Chrissy.
She's gonna fuck shit up.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
She's definitely going to fuck shit
I'm
up.
calling it. Good job for the win. Good
Yes,
job. Good job, Christy.
yes.
You won already.
Yeah, you won already. And she'll actually be coming on the show as well. We're still working scheduling on that, but she will be coming on the show, and we'll be talking about that beautiful victory. I believe Eddie is also fighting.
Eddie, there you go.
Eddie, there you go.
Fighting.
Eddie's fighting on. Is it yours on your card?
Same one.
Same
Debut.
card. Okay, on his debut. Yeah, he told me that shit's gonna be amazing. Big shout out to Eddie, also about to get that dub. A lot of MMA Masters people, making their dreams come true. And that's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, what do? You go on YouTube, you hit that follow. You go on Instagram, you go on Spotify, you go on Apple Podcasts, you go on Deezer, you go on iHeartRadio. I remembered. You go all there. You need to hit that subscribe. Check us out every Thursday at midnight. Richard, where can the people who want to follow your journey to the absolute top, to championship status, where can they find you? Where can they follow you?
So currently, I only have Instagram, so it will be Richard Mayol, like my last name, Mayol.
And you see it on the screen. It's on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, right there,
around here.
So it's somewhere right there. You see it on the screen. Give him a follow, because this man always putting, that very best fight footage. This man is always boom, boom, boom with the amazing shadow boxing. But truly, one of the most talented individuals that I've had the privilege to see grow as a fighter, as a man, as a person, and truly one of the fighters that I'm most excited about their journey that I'm following. So, brother, can't wait. Hey, gonna kill it, brother. Gonna kill it. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla.
You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. When you can push it to the limit, it gets real with only one and ill. You're locked into midnight in Miami. The podcast.